What's up, you guys? My name is Jesus, and this is Seba. And as you guys both know, we're the hosts of the Business Kids podcast. Today, we're bringing to you a new series on Canadian business schools. The goal of this is to give you more of an info and insight and an honors review from the program from real students. Today, we'll be discussing and answering your questions about Rotman Commerce with Fred and Richard. To start off, if we could just get your name, the admission average that you had, and any extracurriculars that you did.
Sure. I'm Richard. I was here like a month ago. I am a second year student at Rotman Commerce. Just to ditto off of what I said in my first time when I was here, I like to make videos about my life at UofT here. I've been doing that for almost a year. But just to answer the host question, I got into Rotman with a 97% average. Some of the notable extracurriculars that I had was I was one of the 10 students in my province to work at the Legislative Assembly for a year in my grade 12, just helping the lawmakers with like calling the votes and whatnot. It was kind of like an internship. Second, where I'm from, there was like this big like international event, and I was the main MC and the ambassador for that event. I had a great time working with CTV, shooting like a promo with them as well. And just like for school, I was involved with like musical, student council, and just like some music stuff. But yeah, that's kind of like a gist of my high school life.
It's pretty hype. Pretty cool.
All right. I guess I'll go next. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Fred Sun. I'm a first-year student at Rotman Commerce. I had an average, top six average of 94.2. And, I didn't know what I really wanted to study. So I took all the courses in high school. I took physics, chemistry, but I decided business was the best for me. And in high school, I did a lot of different clubs. I did robotics. I was the business lead in robotics. I did sponsorships. I tried to find different companies to sponsor and work with. I did junior achievement with Seba. Seba probably fondly remembers all the things that we did, beanies and all that.
Bro, oh fuck, I took it downstairs. I actually had the hat in my room.
Seba was the reason why our company didn't go bankrupt, so props to Seba. And I also did Relay for Life, DECA, and now I'm here.
Nice. Around what time did you guys receive the admissions? Like, was it early on or more later on in the year?
I think I got it relatively early. I think I got it around early April. So before the last wave.
Bet.
I got it in February.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
All right. Okay, so one of the first questions we had from everyone was, going into the program, can you you're going for business or commerce, but can you specialize in finance, econ, HR, and will that show up on your degree?
Well, Fred, do you want to go on with this question, or do you think?
Yeah, no, for sure. So,
okay.
First year, basically, technically you're not actually in Rotman. Like, you do all the recommended courses, all the mandatory courses, and by second year they make you choose. And there are three specialisms: finance and economics, management, and accounting. And so you could choose to specialize in any of those three. And so 50% of Rotman students go into finance and econ, and then 25% goes to management, while the other 25 goes into accounting.
Yeah. Just to add up on the Fred's point, other than the specialist, there's also something called focuses in Rotman as well. So even if you specialize in management or accounting or finance and econ, you can still focus in other areas as well, which I'm doing as well. So my main stream is management, but I'm currently focusing in both finance and marketing. And being a Rotman Commerce student, you get an economics minor as a bonus. So just those few notes.
That's pretty light. Also, just to follow up, so when you specialize in finance, you have to specialize in econ? Because you guys kept mentioning it, like finance and econ. So it's like a joint thing.
I believe
that is correct.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's interesting. I guess another question that was asked often through the Reddit that we posted and things like that was that from your experience, is the program itself very math heavy? Like, do you need to be really good at math to succeed in the program, or is it more of a kind of on the side thing?
Not as much as in first year, but definitely in second year because second year econ classes are very math heavy. First year econ was more of a theory, but there was obviously still math involved. So first year, not as much, but second year and going up, I'm not too sure about third and fourth year, but I think definitely in second year, I had to brush up some of my calculus skills a little bit more than I did in my first year.
Is there a course just focusing on math for the second year?
No, but Eco 204 is basically math.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Man, stressing.
Yeah, he's just like, okay. Oh.
Okay, fuck.
I mean, I'm sitting here learning too, right? Like,
yeah. Okay, one of the other ones we got was, do you think that people need to take business courses in high school to succeed in your program? Or like, will it help significantly, or is it kind of like, not that important?
I guess I can speak a bit about that. So in high school, I took grade 11 and grade 12 accounting. And so in the first year in Rotman, there's a course called RSM 219. And basically, it's the same thing that they teach you in grade 11 and 12. So to be provided a lot of help, it's just like kind of review for the first portion of the course. But I didn't take economics, so I'm not sure if there's any help, any like connection between that. I'm not sure if Richard can add about that.
Yeah, so actually I did not take any business courses in high school, and I just came straight to Rotman. And I think in terms of like first year, it definitely, like I saw my friends in IB and whoever took like accounting, management, economics, they definitely had an easier time, like quote unquote easier time, although like Rotman is known to be like a little bit rigorous. But it definitely, I think it's just seeing my friend, it definitely wears off in second year, because starting from second year is definitely like we're all learning new stuff. So for me, I think it was like a good way to just start clean. And like coming into Rotman, I like learned like all the business concept and like economic concept like at Rotman. So it was like my first year was pretty rough, but going into my second year, like I didn't have that bump. But like all those like IB and AP students, not all, but some that I'm seeing right now are having some trouble transitioning into second year because they had such a, not an very easy ride, but relatively easier ride in first year. So they're experiencing a little bit of a turbulence right now.
I guess it's like a double-edged sword because you kind of lose your work ethic. You're like, this is like I did this in high school type of thing.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And this is when this is when shit gets hard. No, like
that
for
shit
real.
happened for us with accounting.
Yeah.
Like it's the same shit.
Oh no,
this is high school stuff.
Like
don't say that, man.
Income statement, bro. It's soft.
Bro,
Now I'm gonna account. We have an accounting midterm tomorrow.
yeah, we have it tomorrow morning
at 8 a.m. We have no idea what's happening. Oh,
No idea.
Speak for yourself.
Like you know what's going on.
like I'm doing practice questions. I'm just sitting there like, what's like the least effort? Like, I think it's like, what is it out of? Like, I'm just thinking like, oh, like what's like the lowest mark that I can get? Like, because I am really struggling with this course. But
You got it, man. You got it.
I'll do a little follow up afterwards. You know.
No, we'll add it into the fucking release. Jesus and Saba got a 15%.
This isn't something we're not able to follow up as they were kicked out of the program.
Bro. Okay, update for those listening. The exam happened 2 days ago. And if we pass, we are lucky. So there's the update.
I guess
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
I guess speaking on that, there's obviously courses that are more difficult. Like, for example, for me, I'm not a very good accounting person, but there's people that just think it's light work. Overall, when it comes to the program, do you think that the degree of difficulty of the program is very rigorous, or there's still like leeway to, kind of not slack off, but, have some more flexibility in some courses, or like in others you kind of just focus on them? What's your take on that?
Yeah, definitely. So I think there are some courses that are fairly easy, like they don't require a lot of time. Maybe you spend a few hours every week and then you should be fine. But some courses you have to be pretty attentive to. For example, I'm pretty sure Richard knows economics is a very heavy course in Rotman. Like most kids stress about it. I believe the average for economics every year is C+. And so like, everyone's grinding on economics and people spend probably the most time on economics. And it's a pretty popular summer school course. And you could probably figure out why.
Yeah, Fred, I can definitely confirm that. First year economics classes, they all have like C+ averages. So good luck, Fred. But best of luck in second year. Best of luck in second year, because I thought first year was bad. Second year is worse, with both economics being full year courses, which is double the economics in your second year. And the difficulty gets much harder. So just fair warning on that. But in terms of workload, I think economics has a pretty big workload, but there are definitely some courses you can go a little bit easier on. And this will definitely depend on like what you're good at, and like what you don't enjoy doing. So, but generally I think econ, a lot of like students have trouble finding like the easier path of like studying. I don't know. Yeah.
Fred, yeah. I could just see in Fred's face, like the more you talk about it, the more you
I'm sweating bullets here, man. Like, I'm stressed.
You're good.
I think. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
I think marketing is fairly easy in Rotman. Marketing. Also management. So some people management was pretty difficult, but it's just mainly case studies and a lot of memorizing.
Yeah.
If you like doing that kind of thing, if you like analyzing, certain trends, certain real life examples, you'd be okay.
Yeah, no, I don't want to like say any like specific courses, because obviously like some people find this maybe like management easier, but some people might find like management harder. But that same person might find like economics to be easier or accounting to be easier. So it really depends on like what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. So just I would say just know like what you're good at and you should be fine.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you know if like you guys are in first and second, do you know if you're kind of on the hump right now of it being the worst part of the program, like difficulty wise, or are third and fourth, like how's the difficulty of third and fourth year?
I think just to build it off, because I feel like Fred is in his first year, so maybe I have a little bit of a bigger understanding, because I heard a lot of things from upper years. But I heard that second year at Rotman is like the GPA killer, mainly because of the 2 full year econs that I'm taking. And after that, they say that it's not going to get any like harder than what it is, because I feel like there's definitely a jump between the first and second year. But what I heard from third and fourth years is that there's not a jump from second to third year or third to fourth year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's good news. It gets bad, but it doesn't get worse.
Yeah, you kind of just adapt, like you kind of get used to it, I guess.
Damn.
Just the pain. There's light at the end of the tunnel, guys. Whoever's listening, there's hope. So it's all good.
Of course.
All right, we talked like specializations and everything. Do you guys know what the like main industries that people from Rotman go into? Like some schools are big on accounting, some are big on consulting. What's Rotman big on?
I can build off what Fred has to say, but if you want me to go first, I think it depends on like what you're specializing in. But I'm seeing a lot of really like it really depends. It really depends, because some may go into like more like banking. Some can actually go into like industry. Some can go into like marketing. But like at the end of the day, like I don't know the specific statistics on this, but the trend that I'm seeing is either one, they pursue a higher like education. Second, they go into banking. Third, they go into like marketing or like what else? Like marketing or any kind of like internships. Or four, they actually go and get their like certificate, just like CPAs and whatnot. Or in rare cases, they go into like government jobs. That's the kind of like the trend that I'm seeing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I know investment banking at UofT is pretty competitive. There are a lot of people going for that. And I know there's a lot of people also going to finance because, you know, obviously 50% of the students are going to finance economics. So a lot of banking jobs.
Yeah. All right. Okay, that makes sense. That's a pretty fair distribution. Jesus, you want to know the next one?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously, like each university has like its, as we talked about, each specialization that people mostly go into. Yours being finance and economics. Do you guys think that? What are the services that you guys think the university provides when it comes to like career development? Like, is there any sort of like well-known thing around students that people look for to maybe apply for internships or jobs or anything like that?
There's something called the Rotman portal, and basically it's just a website dedicated to Rotman students. It provides like different co-op positions, field placements, postings, job applications and such. Job opportunities, but I know a lot of people don't actually use it. They just go use an external website. I'm not sure Richard has the same experience as me, but that's the gist I get from it.
Sure. I think first for the portal I think is very useful in my opinion. You can find like events that are going on in campus, obviously because of the COVID situation, there's no like in-person events right now, but usually there are like there's like events where recruiters come and stuff where you can go talk to them, ask questions about like any summer opportunities and whatnot. So I think that's like a good way to like get your internships. Second, there are academic counseling, I think it's called, at the RC office. That is another popular one. And third, RC has their own set of clubs where you can meet like your fellow RC students. I think networking there is like a big thing as well. From my experience as well, I think it's like a great way to network with people. But there isn't like a co-op program at Rotman, but the trend that I'm seeing is that even without the co-op program, like a lot of my friends are landing like good internships and jobs. So I don't think it has like a big impact that we don't have like a co-op program.
All right.
I mean, I guess I have a few friends like from high school that went to Rotman, and from what they tell me, it's like it's not like they see the Rotman logo like, yo, you want a job, but like you do have some sort of like, I guess, advantage. Like, you know, you see that on your resume, they're like, okay, these guys, they got something. Like there must be something that they have in order to be in Rotman type of thing. So there's that kind of a little telltale that tells you that, you know, this guy's or this girl is like, you know, very proficient in something, you know. So it's pretty cool.
All right. On a slightly different note, now that we've talked about like school and jobs, what do you guys think about the like party and social life at Rotman? How is that? Well, granted, Fred, like you got like shafted with COVID, but
I guess
whatever you guys think on it.
Fred, do you have anything to say? I'll go after.
Honestly, I went to Toronto once and I went to go see a couple of friends I made at my club. Other than that, there has not been any like physical social gatherings, obviously, because COVID. But online, you know,
Damn.
yeah.
Do you guys even have like Discords?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have Discords, yeah. Our club has their own Discord, and sometimes they like do different events and stuff. Yeah, like social events. Yeah.
Bro, we should make a fucking Discord.
Yeah, we got a
Why are we
Facebook
not
chat.
on a Discord?
For your podcast?
Yeah, bro.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh,
We should.
that's actually not Chill.
All right,
Chill.
we're taking that.
$1 million idea, bro.
Yeah,
Richard, what's your take?
yeah, I think just in terms of like if I can like touch upon U of T's like stigma around their students, is that I think a lot of people think that U of T students are like cold-hearted. They're very like they're how do I put this in like a good way? They don't want to like interact with like many people. I think that's like the whole stigma around like U of T people. I think that is completely wrong. I met some of the most nicest people at U of T, and some of my friends here are very wholesome. They're smart. One of the best people that I met. So that's fake news. Another stigma around Rotman kids is that they're very snaky. I don't think they're snaky. Yeah, I just think that we're very competitive in nature because we're in business school. But no, they're all nice people. So in terms of networking and making friends, it's not hard. They're very nice. In terms of like frat parties and parties going on around, it's also very important to remember that there's always assignments and exams going around if you're at U of T. I'm sure like in any other university as well. So balancing those two is a very can be hard, but obviously during reading week and whatnot, go out, have fun. I don't think the party scene is like that crazy. I heard some crazy stories from like Western, so compared to that, it's like nothing. But it's still a university party. So just have, when you think of like parties at college, just think about those kind of things. Yeah, but not like over the limit, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Echoing what Richard said, I actually found a lot of good friends through Rotman, and they provide a lot of different opportunities and events that allow you to connect with different people. I remember when I first came here, there wasn't like a lot of ways to see people, right? So what did they do? They came up with like these coffee chats where you talk to Rotman students one-on-one and you talk for 5 minutes, and then they switched up. And we did this for I did this for like 5 hours in 2 weeks. And through that, I made like tons of good friends, and I still talk to them to this day. So there's definitely different opportunities to find good friends here at Rotman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Bro,
that reminded
sick.
me. Sorry, that reminded me of orientation. That is like one of the best times you can have, like as a first year. That was fun times.
Yep.
Sorry about that, Fred.
I can imagine it.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess you can like, in a couple of years when things open up, you can do like organize it, and you can kind of get the experience there too. So, yeah. And I heard that it's like more fun when you organize it because you like, you chill with your boys and things like that, and you get to meet new people too. So, there's hope. There's hope. Don't worry, bro.
Do you guys have a dry orientation?
Yes.
Hey, I gotta ask, bro.
Yes.
So do you guys get sauced,
No. The orientation itself, like provided by your college, is obviously dry, but after parties and like just parties on your, just frat parties and whatnot are not dry.
Okay.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
And another question is, I guess, to follow up, is the campus like open? Do you think that people still live on campus right now, given COVID, with the whole? Yeah. Okay. So I guess just take your take on that. Like, is it like more?
No. I was
or-
just pointing at the fact that I'm at the dorm right now.
Oh, bless. Okay.
This is my dorm. Well, there are definitely some people living on campus. The reason why I'm here is because I have a job at the university at like the residence, so I have to be here. But I would say about 10%, 10 to 20%, I think, are on campus right now. Like of the usual. I mean, not like the entire U of T population, but 10 to 20 of like if you think about like pre-COVID world, just think about 10 to 20% of those people are on campus right now.
all right.
Okay. Is it like super restrictive, or is it?
Yeah. You got to wear masks around all the time. A lot of things are closed, but people still want to like meet other people, because if you're at the dorm, you can still meet people and whatnot, right? Like you can like talk to them in person. So I think people come to the residence because they don't want to just stay at home and study.
Makes sense.
That's fair. On that line, how do you think Rotman's adapted to COVID? Like, with their testing, with their teaching, like, do you think they've adapted well, or is it leaving something to be desired?
Fred, do you want to tell us about your experience?
Honestly, it's hard to say because this is my first year in university, so it's either that university just sucks or online school sucks. But they have implemented different ways. Like, obviously, every university is using Canva, right? And so there's the Canva platform. We call it Quarkus, and all the courses are there. All the teachers are there. Some courses are asynchronous, so they do provide recordings, tutorial sessions, but a lot of courses are also synchronous, so you have to be there. In terms of adapting, I think they've done their best. I think it's well equipped for us to do learning online and be in this online learning environment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think when we first went into our COVID lockdown, I think Jesus and Sebastian can agree, but a lot of the university, because this was like an unprecedented event. The first couple months, like I think through March to April, I didn't take summer school last year, so I wouldn't know. But those 2 months were a little rough. But beginning of this year, I think things were very well organized. I know that Fred did not like his experience with the online school, but I think they're doing what they could do. So I know that RC and UofT, they're doing their best to provide the best learning experience as possible. So I think overall, I know that it's not as good as like in-person classes, but I think the university is doing what they can do at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I guess just gotta keep pushing through it, till things open up again, hopefully soon. Yeah. I guess to kind of wrap it up as we go on and start discussing more things about Rotman and things like that. We obviously talked about academics, admissions, the social culture, things like that. If you could, I guess, summarize it, what are one thing in which you really enjoy about Rotman, and what's one thing that you would say, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't like this experience as much. Given your experiences as a first year and second year, what's your take on that?
Fred, do you want me to go first, or would you like to go first?
It's up to you. I might need to think about it.
Okay. Then I'll go first. Sure. The good thing is I'll go with the good stuff first. The people, obviously. I think I was able to meet some of the most incredible friends, mentors here. Most of them were one of the smartest people that I met in my life, one of the most driven. So that being around those people really motivated me to be a better version of myself. So I'm really grateful for all the professors, all my friends, all my mentors, all the upper years. So I'm very grateful for that. Maybe not so great part, I guess. I don't know. I'm very optimistic, so I don't think I'll have to think about the con after Fred. I think this gave a little bit of chance for Fred to think about his pros and cons. So I'll think about my con as Fred explains his pros and cons.
That's fair. Fair.
Yeah, for sure. In terms of the pros, I would say the clubs, people, and opportunity, kind of echoing what Richard said. Before I entered Rotman, actually, I joined a program from one of the clubs. Rotman has a lot of clubs because we pay a lot of freaking money. And there are 28 clubs for Rotman, all just for Rotman kids. So they kind of push you to join them. And so there was a club called RCIG, RC Innovation Group. And basically they provide a mentorship before I enter Rotman, like what the atmosphere is like when I'm going to learn how to pick courses and stuff. And to me, I felt like it was a really welcoming and sincere way of me entering Rotman. And then I joined another club called RC FinTech, which is basically financial technology Rotman club. And from there, I was able to meet a lot of smart people, people who were majoring in CS, people who were studying finance. And I was able to work in a lot of projects, learn about different things outside of the school. So, a lot of people, they think Rotman is just, studying academics and all of that. But actually, there are a lot of opportunities, like a lot of clubs that you can learn from. So, to me, that was the best experience. And in terms of cons, I would say the workload and the rigid work environment. It's almost as if like every week you're pounded by midterms or an assignment that's worth 20%, and then you just gotta cry a bit, set a timer, cry for 20 minutes, and then go straight back to work. Like there's no like time to rest, basically.
That's some exceptional time management, though. You're gonna have to schedule your crying. That's some good shit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's every week. Yeah, there's a lot of work going on, but you eventually get used to it. You get used to the work pace. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely agree with Fred on the workload. Oh my God. In my first year, like, because I wasn't used to working like that hard. Although like I tried to work hard in high school, but this was on another level. So my first year, I think, my second semester, I thought like, wow, like, am I really going to make it through this year? But luckily I did. But my con was a little bit different. The one that I came up with was when you said the amount of money that we pay, when you were mentioning the whole club thing. I think that's the only downside. Me being like a domestic student, I don't have to pay as much, but I know that some of my international friends, they pay like a very hefty tuition. But I think that's the only con. But I think Rotman students definitely do get compensated for all those like high tuitions and whatnot by, all the opportunities and the quality of education that we get here. But yeah, I think I agree with you, Fred, about the whole workload.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the last question that I would ask to wrap this thing up. So, say for example, you're walking into Rotman for the first time, or you're logging into your Zoom call for the first time in like when walking to Rotman. What's some advice that you would give yourself walking into first year, starting like this whole journey again, given what you've experienced or what you know now?
Sure, yeah, I'll go. I think I'll tell myself, to my first year self, to go a little bit easy on myself. I think I put way too much things on my plate in my first year, both academically and extracurricular wise. I guess in like just personal relationship wise as well. I think there are some breaking points that I need to accept, but I think I really want to try my like see what my limits are and everything. But if I can go back to my first year, I'll tell myself, you know what, just ease down a little.
Mm-hmm. Take it easy on yourself.
Yeah. But I don't like from like looking at from this point of view, like in my second year right now, like I'm very glad for all those like grinding times and whatnot. But I remember at that moment in time, I was really stressed. So just heads up to my younger self.
When you travel back in time, yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with Richard. Just like do what you feel is right for you. And honestly, just pursue whatever you want to do. Also, to not slack, because the transition from high school to university is pretty big. And considering the fact that it's online too, it's kind of like a multiplier for stress. So I guess like not slacking and not having to catch up and things to experience that is probably a good thing to know. Yeah.
So don't kill yourself, but don't take the foot too far off the gas.
Yeah.
Always be on your grind. That's what he's trying to say, bro. Grind every day.
25-8, baby.
25-8.
25-8.
Let's get it. That's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, but I think, that basically takes us through all the questions. Hopefully people who listened and are considering Rotman got a little bit of a better look at it. Honestly, like just from my perspective, from what I knew about Rotman, like talking to you guys, it's a little bit of a different perspective because like I initially did think that like the more, it is very grind heavy academics and like the culture being not the best, but like hearing you guys talk about it kind of changed my view a little bit on that. Like, I don't know, it's interesting to see that difference.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, before I came to Rotman, actually, my dad forced me to go to Rotman. Like, I thought it was like what everyone else said, how like it was just complete like academic focus. Like, there's no social life. There's nothing you can do, and like, you know. But obviously, that perception changed over time, and I get to actually experience how being a first Rotman student is like.
It's different. It's different, I guess, experiencing it from within, because like I guess we'll never know exactly like fully what it means to like live the ramen experience, but like this is like a little taste for people to know and just like make the decisions, I guess. So we thank you for being part of this episode and for like just sharing that experience and knowledge with us and every listener that we have.
Of course, and if any of the viewers actually want to see like how like life at Rotman kind of is. I know I'm very shameful of my self-plug, but I did make a lot of videos about like my life at UofT. So no, which I think is very like, I don't know, like I enjoy like making, and I really enjoy coming to Jesus and Sebastian's show, because they were such great hosts last time as well, and this time they killed it as well. They're so fun to be around, and when Jesus like reached out to me, I was like, of course, I'll be back here anytime. And if you guys need me in the future again, I'll be back here. So thank you everyone who's like listening to this podcast right now at the moment. Thank you for listening to me and Fred talk about Rotman, and thank you Jesus and Sebastian for having us too as well.
Thank you, Fred and Richard, for coming on. Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us.
For the listeners, this is part of our 7-episode series about Canadian business programs. So if you guys want to learn more about some other schools, maybe you're making a decision for where to go for university, be sure to check those out for more info and more takes on the programs.
And if you're interested in learning more about the world of business, maybe getting some life advice or just career advice, or just checking out and listening to stories from really cool people, check out our podcast. We're on Instagram and Spotify and everywhere else, wherever you get your podcast, at the Business Kids Podcast. Thank you, and have a good day.